People generally have one of two reactions when they see a jewelry staring back at them. They either love it or they find it creepy. You probably came across this weird, even a little creepy jewelry before in historical films. For example, most recently, Marina was wearing one in Bridgerton, and in Outlander, Gaylis was wearing one on her gathering outfit. And once I tell you about the historical significance of this jewelry, you will understand how smart of a costuming decision that was for these characters. The lover's eye was a subgenre of miniature painting jewelry that became the height of fashion in the Georgian era. The pieces were originally simply referred to as eye miniatures. The term lover's eye was coined much later by an American antique collector called Edith Weber. For centuries, tiny personal portraits have been common adornments, but depictions of that person's eye alone was something new. Because the tiny portraits only revealed one's eye, you could keep the subject's identity a secret. Moreover, you could keep a part of your loved one close to you while making sure that no one knows who they actually are. Typically painted on ivory, the portraits could be fashioned as medallions, brooches, rings, or lockets. Although eye miniatures were first spotted around the French Revolution, they became popular across the Channel about the same time due to one particular royal trendsetter. The fashion trend is said to have been inspired by the Prince of Wales, who later became George IV. In the 1780s, the prince began a scandalous love affair with the Catholic Maria Fitzherbert and had a miniaturist paint his eye and send it in a locket to her lover. Fitzherbert in return had her own eyes painted for her prince. Though their relationship was ill-fated, the miniature eye trend took off, appearing between 1790 and 1820 in all the affluent families of England, France, Russia, and, more rarely, America. They were quite popular among ever superstitious sailors away at sea for long periods of time, missing the comforts of a loved one. Although it stopped the lover's eye, the jewelry could depict not just one's lover's, but one's spouse or even child's eye. Pearls surrounding an eye often symbolize tears and meant that the subject has passed away. They would also sometimes contain locks of hair, given by the sitter to accentuate the sentimentality of the piece. And now, spoilers for the first season of Outlander and the first season of Bridgerton. So now that you know the amazing history of this jewelry and what it means, you will understand why it was so important for Marina to have one of these, because the first moment I saw her on screen with this necklace, I knew she had a secret lover. And Gaylis too, on her gathering outfit, was wearing the eye of her secret lover. Just amazing. And now, let's see how we can make one for ourselves as well. So I'm going to show you 3 ways to make this, ranging from the easiest and quickest way to how to make it from household objects, to the most accurate you can make it without actually going to a jeweler's workshop. So, first things first, you will need an eye. No, not that one. Get yourself a loved one and take a picture of their eye. If you have none, you can just use your own. Or you can download an extant painting, like Bridgerton did, for that authentic look. Or my favorite, cheeky alternative, you can use a picture of your favorite actor or character. No one will know. Now, you can use the photo as it is, or you can paintify it, either by using the filter gallery on Photoshop, or any other program you use. Or you can be extra, like me, and paint your own version using the picture as a reference. Once you're ready, print your finished piece in the right size. I suggest using a thicker than normal printing paper for this. Then cut out the eye to fit your medallion. In this method, we're going to use this type that you can just buy in any hobby or bead shop. Then you can decorate it by gluing some beads in for some additional flourish. And voila, we're done! This option is for you, who watched the previous medallion being made and thought to yourself, yeah, this is great, but I don't have a pre-made frame, and I need this by tomorrow. And also, it's lockdown and all non-essential shops are closed anyway. Don't you worry, as I'm going to show you how to make one with just a few common household items. First off, find yourself a piece of cardboard. I use the tea box for this. Then, draw out your desired medallion shape. This can be anything: oval, circle, rectangle, or even a heart. I went with oval, and you can either freehand it, or I found that the handle of certain scissors can work too. Once you have it cut out, glue it to the back of your eye painting and cut around it. Decorate the sides with pearls and use a hot glue gun to create an exterior edge to keep the pearls in peace and hide the sides of the cardboard. You can either use gold paint to cover this, or I found that these type of gold markers give an even more convincing shine. Then I glued a piece of curled wire to the back of it and backed it with some felt. And this version is done too. This is my personal favorite option, but admittedly, it is the least accessible. I started by 3D modeling a medallion based on an accident piece, but I will upload this model to Thingiverse and I'll link it down below, so you can skip this step. The only thing is that I made it to fit my 40 by 45mm pearls, so you will need to find a similar size if you are using this model. Next step is to 3D print it and glue the pearls in. modeled this little extra oval to hide the edges of the picture, in case I don't cut it perfectly round, which I could use to figure out how exactly I want to frame the eye. Then I cut out the picture, glued it to place and glued the oval on top. I actually had an extra of this type printed that I turned into a brush by snipping the loop off and using a piece of felt to glue a safety pin onto its back. And that's it! Which one was your favorite? I hope this video was helpful in any way, and if you end up making one of them, I'd love to see it, so just tag me on Instagram. The term lover's eye was coined much later by an American antique collector named Edith Weber. Edith Weber. Collector called Edith Weber